Hey, what's going on there, guys? Nick here from Absolute MTG, and I'm back with some tournament results and some more packs of Born of the Gods that we're going to be opening on up. So, tonight, we ended up staying up until midnight to be able to go and purchase some booster boxes, mainly a booster box for myself, and then Greg also purchased a fat pack, which we ended up opening up on camera. And we ended up drafting after that because we kind of turned it into this kind of thing where it's a tradition where we go and we draft the midnight release of, and then also the following day. So we'll try to do that, and then like the following week also draft again, because usually people aren't as accommodated with having things from Born of the Gods yet. So instead of doing standard, we'll go and we'll draft and try to open up some stuff and hopefully get some more things for standard, or at least everybody else will try to with draft picking and picking up rares and stuff like that. So here is what I ended up winning our draft with. So we did a draft, and here was my draft deck. So I have one Impetuous Sun Chaser. I have two Kragma Butchers. I ended up playing green-red, that is. Two Citizen Oathsworn for heroic triggers. One Satyr Nick Smith. I had two Oracle of Bones, which was absolutely nuts. There was only one other guy in our pod, in our drafting pod, that ended up drafting red-green. And he actually passed up both of these and was going for bigger stuff. But two Oracle of Bones, and we had two drafting tables going on for our draft event. Two Fairies Band Trompers that off of Inspired get +1/+1 counters. One Cyclops of One-Eyed Pass, basically a 5/2 for 4. One Fairgax Giant. One Snake of the Golden Grove. One Fairies Band Raiders. One Aspect of the Hydra, now getting into spells and whatnot. One Karametra's Favor for a little bit of mana fixing and also the cantrip. One Fall of the Hammer. One Rise to the Challenge. Thunderous Might. Fearsome Temper ×3. Actually, this was really nuts. Red was actually pretty open for the majority of the draft, so I was able to pick up 3 of these, and they ended up being really nice. Just putting them onto creatures, like going turn 3 creature, turn 4 Fearsome Temper to make it bigger was awesome. One Hunter's Prowess, which was another really insane card. I only got to play it once out of the 3 rounds that I played, and only in 1 game. But Hunter's Prowess is just really, really insane. And Pinnacle of Rage, which I got to cast for free twice off of our Oracle of Bones. That is right there. So I got to cast it for free twice because my opponent was... I played Oracle Bones in one of the games, and my opponent goes, "Alright, go ahead, cast your free spell," and I didn't have one, so the following times when I would play Oracle of Bones, he thought, like, oh, alright, he's not going to have anything, and I got to play Pinnacle free for 2 times in 2 separate games. So there was that, and then I think it was 16 lands, and it was 9 and 7, so 9 mountains and then 7 forests. And I was a little bit greedy. I was a little bit greedy with the land base because usually I would be playing 17, but in this type of deck, I only think I had two 6-drops, one being Pinnacle and the other one being the Raiders. Yeah, so the Raiders were the only other 6-drop. Otherwise, it was everything 5 and below. So that was the deck. To take a few minutes to talk about that. Here are the packs. So now we actually get to the pack opening portion. So we have 10 packs here that we're going to be opening on up. And we're going to see if we can pull anything sweet. I would love Brimaz. That's probably the one card that I want out of the set the most. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good too. So we're just going to kind of skim through the commons here, get to the uncommons, and read through those and go to our rares and foils, if any foils, that is. So Thassa's Rebuff, we have a Crow and Flanks, Archetype of Finality. Astral Cornucopia is our first rare here, and no foil. So Astral Cornucopia is kind of like our Everflowing Chalice, but instead it actually provides colored mana, but you're paying triple X instead of the kicker for 2 with Everflowing Chalice. So it's kind of like, it's a different yet interesting concept. I don't think it's actually going to see like standard play or anything like that. At least nothing extensive. So skim through the commons again. Don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. Forlorn Sudama. Ghostblade Eidolon, artwork done by My good friend Ryan Yee, absolutely stunning artwork. I just want to mention that. Ryan always does really, really sick stuff. He actually lives very close and works very close to Pittsburgh. He actually is in Pittsburgh, but very close to me, actually. Blight, which was an awesome uncommon, and Oracle of Bones. So there we go. Another Oracle of Bones for us. Already drafted 2, and now I have a 3rd one, I guess. And then we have a Soldier Token in the Plains. But yeah, all the artwork that Ryan does is really sweet. He's a really awesome guy, too. He's signed a lot of stuff for me as well. But then again, it's because it's nowhere out of his way to do that. Even when I send stuff in the mail, it never takes long for him to get it and send it back. It only takes like a day. But that is whenever he has a huge workload. Airy Worshippers, Springleaf Drum, Sunbond, and we have Eidolon of Countless Battles. And I actually really like this guy. So he's Bestow for 4, and he and Enchanted Creature each get +1/+1 for each creature you control, and +1/+1 for each aura you control. So he's actually a pretty sweet card for like mono white, if you want to do that and like Hero of Iroas, and play like other aura enchantments that will play off of Heroic. Like, it's a really sweet card. It's something to brew around, and it's definitely awesome. Going through the commons again, stuff of the thing nature, Archetype of Imagination, Thunder Brute, and it's like out of focus. There we go, that's a little bit better. It's just weirdly out of focus for some reason. Spiteful Returned, and then we have Flame Wreathed Phoenix. So that's a mythic. That's really awesome, actually. I forgot that was a mythic. For some reason, I thought it was just a rare. So 3/3 for 4, Flying Tribute 2, enters the battlefield. If the tribute wasn't paid, it gains haste, and whenever this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand, which is awesome. So we do have a mythic out of our packs so far, at least. And we're only 4 packs in. So we'll see if we can pull like another mythic or like maybe a foil or something. And we have Kraken of the Straits. We have a Mischief and Mayhem. Everflame Eidolon. And Perplexing Chimera is our rare. So 5 mana, 3/3. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control of Perplexing Chimera. And that spell, if you do, you may choose new targets for that spell. That's just ridiculous. It seems like such a fun card. It's a really good card in Limited. It's definitely interesting because your opponent has to play carefully around things, but it's a cool card for like EDH. I wouldn't see myself like going really deep with it in Standard Constructed or other constructed formats for that matter, but it's a really cool card. It's definitely something worth kind of just having fun around. Siren of the Fanged Coast, Vortex Elemental, Pinnacle of Rage, and we have Fenax, God of Deception. So it's really sweet. 4/7 for 5, indestructible. As long as your devotion to blue and black is less than 7, he isn't a creature, and creatures you control have tap. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is that creature's toughness. Sweet. I really like that card. I got to play him in, what was it, the first pre-release? Yeah, the first pre-release out of 3 that I did, which was the Friday night one. Or was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night. Friday night, then Saturday and Sunday. So I got to play him Friday night, which was really sweet. That was also the night where I didn't get any sleep, and I was running on like almost 48 hours of no sleep between like Friday and Saturday, doing the event on Saturday. Crowan Conscriptor, Lightning Volley, Blight again, and we have Whims of the Fates, 6 mana sorcery, and Snake of the Golden Grove in foil, which is pretty sweet. I don't know, I don't take the time to read like every single card in terms of rares. I probably should, but it's really the stuff that stands out to me that I go and like I'll read the effects and whatnot. Stormcaller of Keranos, Ornitharch, Nessian Demoloch, like never wants to focus. The autofocus is just weird. And Spirit of the Labyrinth. Speaking of cards that I'm actually very interested in, and I can speak highly of. It's a 3/1 for 2 mana. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Awesome card for formats like Legacy. I think this card is really sweet, especially for things like Maverick and just like mono white. It's really sweet. But even for Standard, it locks things out like Sphinx's Revelation and Underworld Connections. And we have a foil Aduno's Rare Trawler. I always want to say Traveler when I see that card. So 2 packs left. Let's try and wrap this up. I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. I mean, we're already past 10 minutes here. Alright, let's see. And we have Fairies Band Raiders, Ornitharch again, Siren Song Lear, Hero of Lena Tower. So 1/1 for 1 green, heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets hero, you may pay X. If you do, put X counters on her. And a foil, Citizen Starbreaker. So a few foils. I mean, nothing too major, but foils are still cool. And, oh wow, that glare. Let's put that right there. There we go. There's no glare there now. Our foils, and last pack. What do we get? Yep. We have Airy Worshippers, Springleaf Drum with sweet new art, Flitterstep Eidolon, and we have Scourge of Skull-Vale. So 0/0 for 3 trample, enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1s, and tap, sack another creature, put a number of +1/+1s equal to that sacrificed creature's toughness. And no foil. So overall, I actually think this was pretty sweet. I mean, like, we pulled some sweet cards out of here, out of our 10 packs. I mean, I could have went and did poorly in the draft and gotten no packs, but instead we got 10 packs here. And the stuff that I'm most excited about out of here is probably like the Eidolon, Phenax, and Spirit of the Labyrinth. Those are the cards that I just really like out of this set, or at least out of this pack. Those are all real sweet cards out of this set, though. Flame Wreath Phoenix is also pretty sweet, and it's also another mythic, so it's always awesome to pull multiple mythics out of packs. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any like draft experiences or any experiences like after the pre-release with doing limited or even standard with new Born of the Gods stuff, let me know down in the description below. Share it with other viewers that are watching the video and whatnot. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more Magic the Gathering content, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, guys, peace out. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more Magic the Gathering content, you can hit the subscribe button on the screen and you'll be notified whenever a new video is available. And for those of you guys that enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, you can check out my Yu-Gi-Oh channel by clicking on the video in the top right hand corner. Also, be sure to check out our sponsors for the channel, ABU Games and Europe's MTG Madness, for all of your Magic the Gathering needs, no matter where you are.